Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, James Taylor. Happy birthday to you. Now, James Taylor, I was going to ask you to blow out the candles, but after tonight's ROEW face-off, this may not be that happy birthday you anticipated. You may have made it to year number 41, but if Jason Storm has his way, you may not even come close to making it to year 42. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about also what is in store in the world of BYCW, where you are inching just a little closer to maybe a world championship match for that PWF Uprising title. We're going to talk about what on earth did you say about promo wrestling and a certain promo wrestler a few days ago? Boy, I'm almost afraid to even ask. I mean, don't put me in your next Instagram shoot. I'll be sure to give you a gift. I'll do my best to erase the stain of Jason Storm trying to ruin your birthday. We will most certainly get into that. And is James Taylor any closer to coming to ROEW? Because it seemed like tonight Jason Storm is in power. I'm going to definitely get into that. Plus, I am sure that there'll be some usual suspects that might be here to wish James Taylor a happy birthday. Plus, I'll have a few announcements and who knows whatever else. And boy, I ain't going to be mentioning some guy that starts with a J. And let's just say he's going to burn in hell, to quote Judas Priest. But I know that James Taylor, he's not burning in hell, but rather he's burning from blowing out those candles. But before I let him have his birthday cake here tonight on Sportswire Radio, it is time now to give him that birthday-like introduction on the platform that he most certainly helped build to the tune of nearly 1,500 subscribers. Not quite his 89,000 followers nearly on TikTok, but we are inching one by one there. And it is time, as in the words of Def Leppard frontman Joe Elliott, let's get rocked, baby. Let's start the weekend off here in style by introducing the birthday boy, because you wanted in the chat. He's not quite sure why he wants it, even though he's heard it so many times, but he wants it one more time. And you better believe I want to do it, because it has been quite the week on Sportswire Radio, and there is no better way to end it and start the weekend off here with the nemesis, James Taylor, and celebrate his birthday. So let's get rocked, baby, on Sportswire Radio, the number one global radio station where all music matters, all wrestling matters, and all cats matters, including Rhea. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. So with without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number one level sports show. A man whose own cat even stayed for the introduction. A man with over 130,000 followers. A man who is getting ready to celebrate 25 years in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. Some would call him the greatest owner in underground wrestling history, and thankfully he passed the background check to get to his 41st birthday. His name is, simply put, one of the founding fathers of the All Wrestling Matters movement. The nemesis, James How are we doing?
I'm terrific, Tom. I'm living life and I've made it to 41. A lot of people want to knock me for, oh, you're just an old man. Well, the old man has made it this far. I've known guys younger than me that I've personally worked with who are actually dead right now. So I
That was a
feel like
morbid
I've
comment.
accomplished something making it this far.
Rather morbid starting the show off here tonight. I
A
mean,
little bit.
maybe you're forecasting that Judas won't make it to 41, but I'm sure that'll be something. But obviously, yeah, morbid thoughts there from James Taylor. Definitely a deep conversation. But I mean, happy birthday, first of all. Enough about that stuff. I mean, let's try to get to what you
Oh,
want
it's
to talk
it's
about.
happy. It's a happy birthday. The point that I was making, Tom, is the fact that I'm blessed and
Ah,
I'm thankful to be here as well. Anybody that's still alive today that's watching this, you yourself, you should be blessed that you're here and
yeah.
don't take anything for granted, no matter what it is, because you never know. Just like that, you could be gone. And for our old friend Judas, as you said, you
Yeah,
know.
Dalton Edwards.
May, May rot in hell, but that's him. That's another
Yeah, he's
thing.
burning in hell.
Anyways, it's
He's
been a
burning.
hell of a week. How are you been?
I'm great. I mean, obviously, it's been a very fascinating week on Sports by Radio. We heard last night from the German dread, the Ramrock. I mean, who might have been the most imposing figure we've ever seen on this platform, getting ready to wrestle in front of a crowd of probably about 250 or 300 people tomorrow. He wrestled in front of a crowd of almost 500 people. We heard from this guy, Mark Kendall, from a band Great White, who only has a song that hit number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the summer of 1989. And oh, by the way, 2 artists that were ahead of him in those charts on that moment of 1989 in the summer. It was some guy Prince and some guy Bobby Brown. Yeah, probably heard of them. And
Yeah.
we had on Maxwell Reeves and Tsunami, which was kind of a memorable segment. It was actually a lot more enjoyable than maybe some would have anticipated. And we had Daniel Tafua, where he talked about Samoan versus Samoan. And I mean, it's been quite a last few years. And Jake Dvorak, by the way, who had plenty to say, and he was interrupted by a man that's going to be here tomorrow. But I'm definitely not going to get into what Anthony Steele said on Sportswire on Tuesday. We want to celebrate today because he'll be here tomorrow, but he's going to be on his best behavior. He is going to be on his best behavior. But I mean, where do you want to begin, James? You have a lot to talk about, a lot to deal with, and I'm sure you're going to see some familiar faces here in a little while.
Well, let's go ahead and get one of these out of the way, and let's talk BYCW for a quick
Yes,
moment.
let's do that. Dalton is
Let's
here.
talk about the PWF Uprising champion, that being one Dalton Skull.
Yes,
And
sir.
this past show was 420 SmackDown, and it's nothing against it. It's just it's not for James
Well, you
Taylor.
saw Justin
Maybe,
Parsley here and some others, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that."
yeah, I don't do that shit. But hey, not judging. That's just not for me. That's not
Sure.
my cup of tea. But so I decided to make my presence known in a little promo, and I
We're gonna put
delivered a
that up in a few
message.
minutes. Yep, we're gonna put that up. Go ahead.
So I delivered a message to Dalton Skull, and I know that he got it because then he came across. He came out and he decided to cut a little promo on me before he was interrupted by some rando, and then he put the title on the line. So I'm thinking now, what is he going to try and escape the fact that he's going to get a big time ass whipping coming from James Taylor? Clearly, that's what it seemed like. But he
Or maybe he
luckily,
wanted to wish you a happy birthday and maybe give you a birthday gift.
luckily he survived and he retained the title. So stay tuned to BYCW, ladies and gentlemen, because the Nemesis James Taylor will be appearing very soon. And we're going to have ourselves a good old fashioned contract signing for the Uprising title. And I'm going to send a warning to Dalton Skull that night. So stay tuned to that.
And there you are. I figured I'd put it up, and obviously
Yeah,
the
here
hair
it
is,
is.
a little bit more on the top. Maybe you're doing something to the hair, but you are definitely enraged. We're gonna get to everybody who wants to wish you a happy birthday and say hello, but obviously a lot to deal with Dalton, and Dalton is definitely eagerly anticipating this contract signing, and we'll see what comes through it very soon. I'm sure.
100%. I mean, people can knock it and say whatever they want. I know there's some people that are watching or that have watched that want to say, oh, James Taylor can't kick it with anybody else, so he goes back to the trampoline. trust me, the trampoline is, if anything, is in a sort of way more dangerous than an actual ring. Either way you look at it, whatever surface you're wrestling on, it's dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. I'm going out there and doing what I need to do. I'm going out there doing what I'm good at doing, and that's performing, taking care of who I'm supposed to be in the ring with and myself, and putting on a show. And what I'm going to do with Dalton Skull is put on one hell of a show that the underground community is not going to forget. Because this is a match that a lot of people want to see, is the fact of somebody with the caliber of Dalton Skull going one on one with a veteran like the Nemesis James Taylor, and that, give
Well, you
credit where
both
credit's
are
due.
veterans. You both have shared locker rooms with each other, and certainly companies we will not mention. But there's no question that you guys know each other very well, and it's a match we've been talking about for some time here on the platform. And I think a lot of people are eagerly anticipating what's to come very soon.
100%. Dalton Skull escaped me a couple of years ago, and I never forgot about it. He put his hands on me. Yeah, I kicked him out of the ring with a stunner, but I still, I owe him a little bit more. And because of that, um, he has something that I want, something that I wanted for a while, and that being the PWF Uprising Championship. And when I get my hands on him, and I get my hands on him in that ring, and it's for that title, when James Taylor wins that match, I will officially, in 25 years, I won my first world title 25 years ago, 3 days ago.
Wow, I mean, there are
25
people here in
years,
this chat right now that they're actually younger than the first time you won a championship. I see a few people, at least here in the chat, that I'm sure are younger than your first world championship win.
right. 25 years and 3 days ago, April 22nd, 2000, I won my very first world championship. And I have only held 12 world titles in my entire career. And the last time I held a title in the ring was 2006, believe it or
Wow,
not.
I mean, George Bush was president. I mean, some people
That
in this chat may not have even been alive. I mean, maybe they
right.
were, but barely. 2006. Wow, that's a long
Two,
time ago.
2006, it was a long time ago, almost 19 years ago since I've held a world championship. And you know what? It's because this is how I look at it. I don't go and I make myself a company. I don't go and book myself to be champion. Um, I don't need to go and buy views for my matches and stuff. I don't, maybe it's a little bit of a shoot, but also a little bit. This is just the way it's going to be. This is the Nemesis James Taylor telling it like it is and the way I see it. I don't got to do anything to make myself relevant. I put myself on the marquee. I get on here on Sportswire Radio. I go on the Nemesis sessions when I did. I go on Taffy's Lounge. I go on Taft Taylor
How
on
about
TikTok. I
TikTok,
go on
by the way?
Taft
Yeah,
Taylor
a
on
lot of people
Instagram.
watch you on TikTok. Don't
I
forget
go
about TikTok.
I go on everything and I promote myself. And I mean, hell, you hear my voice, everybody seems to know that it's me, except for me. Sometimes that's just the way I look at it. But I don't have to have a championship to make myself relevant. It just so happens that the Uprising title is a title that I actually desire to have because, well, Dalton Skull has it, and he's
Yes,
the
he's
unfortunate
held the
victim.
championship several times, and it's a title that he's been kind of synonymous with these last, I would say, year and a half. I mean, this is definitely a championship that he's certainly made a name with, and he's obviously going to look to keep it and deny you of your first world championship win in nearly 20 years. I mean, that's certainly a long time, and people aren't even alive in some cases since the last time
Hey,
you won a
it is
championship.
what it is. But if anything that I can prove to the world is the fact that even at my age, I can hang with the best of them. I'm not knocking anybody that's in the underground. I'm not knocking anybody that's out there that I haven't even faced yet. Um, it's the fact that I'm at the age that I am, and I'm in the prime of my career. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. I know what my body is capable of handling,
Mm.
and I will go out there, bust ass, perform, do what I got to do to get the job done, and that's anywhere that I go. My bucket list item is ROEW, and getting in that ring. So let's go ahead and let's jump into ROEW. Let's
Yes,
talk
sir.
about what happened at Face Off tonight.
Oh my God! I mean, to quote Sean Jovi, who said it in the chat, "By God!" I mean, what happened tonight, James? I mean, this is your birthday, but it didn't seem like this was more like a "This Is Your Life" episode on Raw, famously with Mick Foley and The Rock. Because, I mean, I don't think Jason Storm got the memo. It's your birthday.
I really don't care if he got the memo, if it was my birthday or not. Um, but I almost got sick to my stomach because of the way that ROEW is almost like it's becoming trash, and it's really starting to piss me off. It's really starting to aggravate me, Tom.
Oh, it is.
And clearly it's coming down to where it's going to take me to come up there and clean up the crap that's I have to go and round up the inmates and throw them back in the asylum. That's exactly what I got to do.
That's some strong
And
words there. I mean, there's some strong words.
Jason Storm Jason Storm wants to send a big strong message to me.
He
He wants to
does.
say that he runs shit until I come up there. He runs shit and nobody's going to take it from him, blah blah this, blah blah that. Jason Storm, I've given you warnings not to poke and prod at the Tyrant King. I told you multiple times to back off and mind your business, keep your world title, do your matches, and mind your business. But you continue to push my buttons. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Storm, and I quote that guy who's very famous and bald, Jason Storm has ass whipping written all over him. So by the time I show up in ROEW, you know what? He can say he runs shit. He can say that no matter what, nothing gets past him. Well, the only thing that's going to get past him is going to be these fists right in his face, and I'm going to swell his little peeper shut when I'm done with him.
Oh my God, James Taylor is definitely his limits are being tested. But I mean, Jason Storm doesn't seem to be phased by this. It's
Yeah,
week
Jason.
after week, and I think it's getting more dominant from what natural selection do. I think it's getting worse for those in the ROEW locker room that get in the way of natural selection. We've seen Kyle Shelby firsthand, week after week. This young man is getting annihilated. We saw in the main event tonight with CJ Black, the good guy, and Jacob Collins, what happened there. And I mean, we've seen what the Underground OG Darkron has certainly had to deal with, although right now he's a different entity. We'll get to him later. But I mean, right now, Jason Storm is not phased at all about what you have to say, because week after week, it's getting worse and worse for those in ROEW that don't see eye to eye with natural selection.
Nobody can stand natural selection. That's why. And there he is running his damn mouth about me and saying that he runs shit, natural selection runs stuff. So they go out there and he decimates Kyle Shelby almost 2 weeks in a row. He's beating
Yeah,
up his little
2 out
brother
of
Drew
3.
Shelby, just to add fuel to the fire.
Although
And then
Drew got the win, by the way. Drew did get the victory.
but it was unofficial. It was unofficial, Tom. They took
Oh,
out
you
the
didn't think much of
referee.
Alex Cross as a referee? I thought he was a pretty impartial referee, some were telling me.
I get it. I get it. He wasn't impartial. They just did the thing. They did whatever they decided they needed to do to get the job done. And obviously, this is what it was. But it
What
was
about the
unofficial.
suspension, by the way, that you attempted to give natural selection and the fines? It seems like that hasn't phased them at all. It almost seems like when you came on here a couple of weeks ago and interrupted natural selection, when they went into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame and you threatened them with fines, and if they continued their attacks, that you would strip them of their championships, hasn't phased them at all. In fact, they've doubled down since you
Right.
came here a couple of weeks ago on Sportswire Radio and threatened them with tariff-like actions.
I told them straight to their face that I'm going to find them and that there will be consequences. When I tell somebody you do not mess with James Taylor, I mean that 100%. And he is continuously messing with me. And that right there is going to be the last straw. And I saw what he did in that main event. He ties CJ Black up like a coward,
And he
beats the
couldn't
hell
do
out of Jacob
nothing while
Collins.
Jacob Collins was getting, I mean, that was heinous. I mean, I think that's one of the worst attacks I've ever seen in the underground. I mean, what Jacob Collins went through tonight. I mean, Kyle Shelby's one thing, but Jacob Collins is another, and he may be the number one contender, but I mean, I don't even know what that means at this point, because what Jason Storm did to poor Jacob Collins. I mean, maybe he shouldn't show up to the ROEW arena. Maybe nobody should really. Maybe nobody should show up anymore, because what Natural Selection is doing, I wouldn't want to get on their bad side. I wouldn't want to certainly get in the middle of what they're doing, because nothing can stop them. Even your fine, your threatened suspensions and fines and your tariffs, they doubled down. They doubled down. They thumbed the nose in your leadership. They don't even consider you. Jason basically said it tonight. He doesn't consider you an owner. He basically taunted you tonight. He taunted you like nobody ever has in your 25-year career, sir. That's what he did. I mean, I wish that we weren't talking about this on your birthday, but I mean, that's what Jason did. I mean, what can I tell you?
Jason is he's in for a very rude awakening. I'll just say that. When you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. And damn it, I've got to do it myself, apparently. But we're going to see what happens on the next week of Face Off. We're going to see what happens next week at Face Off. And if Jason Storm and Natural Selection.
You see, you're getting tired of what Natural Selection's been doing in ROEW.
It's exhausting, Tom. It really is. To run a company the way that I have been and putting my blood, sweat, and tears into it, doing what I can to make it the number one show in all of YouTube. These guys want to come out here and ruin my shit.
They are.
They don't run shit.
They don't want you to own the company anymore. They don't. They've said it here. They don't want you to own the company. Maybe you should sell it.
Damn if they want me to own it or
not. But you know what?
Do.
It's on the paper. Profit. You might as well, cut your losses. You get a big profit. Maybe you sell. You ride off into the sunset. You can do more TikTok lives. You can figure out maybe to build the YouTube channel up to get even more subscribers. I mean, maybe that's what they're telling you. It's a good thing. I mean, listen. Sometimes the greats, they have a trouble of figuring out when it's time to ride off into the sunset. Maybe that's what Jason's telling you. I don't know.
Well, I always rise above. It doesn't matter what he tells me. It doesn't matter what they say. I always am going to be 2 steps ahead. And I'm always going to figure it out. No matter what I do, I'm a problem solver, Tom. I'm always figuring shit out. I'm always finding the solution of what it takes to fix something. I mean, look at how I was trying to clean up some of this community last year, and with kind of a situation we found out about tonight. And look, I don't even have to do the dirty work no more. It's already being found, because that's me being ahead and always finding a solution to clean up.
Yeah, I hear from a Bernie that name that you sort of referenced before we do bring on your right-hand man in a second. I heard that guy already, well, let's just say he may burn in hell tonight. I mean, boy, he's definitely taking it on the nose. I mean, he might need a reconstructive nasal surgery there without even getting covered for it in wherever he is. I mean, who knows? I don't even want to.
It sucks to be him, but that's that. He made his bed. Now he's really got a lie in it for sure.
Yeah, that reminds me of the story once in Brooklyn where my dad said it was this guy in a bar and he kept like mouthing off to the people and whatever it was, and then they went outside and they beat him up so bad that they literally like took his legs off. Yeah, that may happen to that man. But let's move on here, because obviously there's a lot of people in the chat and I want to bring him on. He wants to wish you a happy birthday. We want to move on here in a lighter note. Although it may not be so much of a touch of gray here, to quote the Grateful Dead, but the host of the Dark Chronicles, the legendary Dark Chron, is here, and you are certainly welcomed. And
happy birthday, boss man!
Happy birthday! So,
howdy.
How's 41 feel?
It feels like 21.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Do you get like AARP? Do you
don't
get
feel
Social Security benefits? Like, what do you get now for 41?
I don't get nothing. Just hey, how you doing? What you doing today? You got to go to
Well,
work
I'm giving
today?
you something on Sportswire, so that'll help you a little bit soon.
Just doing the grind. That's what I'm doing. So I mean, I feel good. I feel like like I did 10 years ago. I mean, no different really.
Right.
As long as
So,
I'm staying conditioned and taking care of myself, I think I'm all right so far.
I believe it. You're good.
So
Can't
how
wait
you
to see
feeling?
you.
How you feeling, Chief? How you feeling, Mr. Cron? How you feeling?
I'm great.
What do you think about Jason Storm? I mean, Jason's been taunting obviously Mr. Taylor and telling him that where he is in Alabama and he doesn't run the company. He said that tonight, and what he did to the likes of Kyle Shelby. I can. You want to crumble Jason Storm? Ah, I see. Oh, I thought that was Mr. Cron. Yeah, well, that too. Recycle that. Make sure you recycle that though.
That's what I do to Jason Storm.
Ah,
Crunch him up.
Well,
well,
hopefully you can get your hands on Storm and he don't run away or find a way out. Just remember,
Surely he
that
won't
man
take
has never beat me.
Surely he wouldn't take the coward's way out on me.
But
Did
he
it
Because
thinks
twice
you're
in
the coward
I'd
right
give him
now.
an opportunity of a
He thinks you're
lifetime.
the coward. You still haven't showed up. He talked about that. He taunted you. He taunted you like never before tonight.
Yeah, the last guy said that I wouldn't show up, and after 2 years, when I finally did, yeah, maybe I came up a little bit short, but it wasn't him that pinned me. And where's he at right now?
I don't see him in the chat, but hey, maybe he'll show up here later and wish us good luck.
I'm just making a point. The point
Oh,
is,
good point.
you call me out. You call me out for as long as you do. Believe me, it's gonna be more than you bargained for. Whenever I finally do show up, I show up when I'm ready to show up. I show up when it's convenient. I show up when it's necessary. More than
But
likely,
you
more
have
than
to be
anything.
upset about the fact that you were going to give Natural Selection significant fines. You threatened them with suspension, threatened to strip them from their championships, and they doubled down. I mean,
Well, the amount has gone up now, and it's an
yeah.
undisclosed amount.
They're like China right now to you. I mean, they're basically like China. They
Yeah.
just look at James Taylor and go, nah, we don't care. We're just going to double down on you and just do more damage to the ROW locker room. Who knew that Jason Storm, Cash Carter, and Alex Cross had something in common with China, the way they're acting? I mean, that's what some would say.
It's all right. I get it. They're biting off more than they could chew, Tom. That's all I could say. It's going to be a bad day at the office for them. At the place that they say they run shit. It's going to be bad for them and their shit.
Well, Mr. Kron at least got some payback tonight. At least somebody got some.
Congratulations on the payback to Matthew Forsaken. That son of a bitch deserved it because just like Jason Storm, he had to attack you from behind. But hey,
payback's
eye for an eye, right?
Right.
Yeah,
we got a long-standing feud. Yeah,
definitely.
And these guys now are going to square off once again. Now you are going to get a chance to even the score with
this time in a street fight. And I know I said I was done with the hardcore stuff, but I don't know. He pulled it out of me. There's only one way to settle it.
You know what? If you need a little research, you just go back to that Dark Chronicles episode with me on there. You look at what I did. You look at what I did to my opponent. Yeah, I came up short in the end, but the fact is, he never walked out of that match the same ever again because I hurt him. I hurt that man, and I took a piece of him with me. So that might be what you need to do is do something similar to that man right there, Mr. 1028.
Yeah.
I'll do what I need to.
Well, I'm very excited about that, and I got a chance to watch Face Off tonight. We're watching it, and if you have a chance, please hit the sub button for our friends in ROEW. ROEW has always been one of our favorite things to watch, and I always enjoy Friday Night Face Off because I can sit down in Brooklyn and have a couple slices of pizza and have a soda and enjoy the show, and by the time I'm finished, REW's finished. So please join me in watching the show here. You're getting a chance to watch some of the footage, but check it out on your own time and give REW a sub. We'll get to the chat here in a few minutes, but the Underground OG is about to appear on the screen, and let's just say he's going to get some revenge. And that kick was definitely swift.
He got
That
what he
was-
asked for.
Well,
he kicked his head off.
Exactly what he asked for.
Well, he's hurt right now. He's definitely in pain.
Oh, no, he's going to be hurting real good here in a second.
I know that. I mean, I watched it, but obviously Matthew Forsaken's getting a dose of his own medicine. He's getting a dose of his own medicine.
What did you think, Tom, when you saw Matthew Forsaken return with the little lighter and everything, and he had to jump? He had to jump crawling from behind like a coward.
What I thought was that Matthew Forsaken is a man. I think I've actually said this on prior Sportswire radio shows. I'm glad you brought it up. He is a man that I definitely don't want to get on his lump of coal list. He's definitely somebody that I definitely, I don't want to get on his bad side because he is the type of guy to show up to my house and knock on the door and probably with a lighter. And
remember,
probably,
I'm the big brother. I'm not
that's
afraid
true
of him.
too. Well, you guys know each other more than anybody else, so that's certainly true.
A lot of bad blood between those two, but
this ain't over yet.
There's going to be a lot of blood.
I'm getting a street fight. Detroit street fight.
Detroit street fight.
I cannot wait for that. Oh my goodness, a Detroit street
fight. It
fight.
gives me an idea about bringing a Texas street fight to Michigan.
I thought you were from Alabama, though. You could do the Alabama. I mean, I know you lived in Texas, but you're in Alabama now.
The majority of my life was in Texas,
That's
though.
true
so
too.
I'm
But
Texas,
Jason was talking about Alabama. He was. That's true. Well,
I do currently reside in Alabama, but my heritage is in Texas. So and that I think that's one thing that Jason Storm has never had is a good country ass whipping. Period. A lot of the northerner guys haven't had a country ass whipping.
No, I'm not looking to have one anytime soon. By the way, it's not on my ticket. Although you might want to give me one, but some might also want to.
No, Tom.
I have a birthday. I have a birthday gift for you at least. But
you have a birthday gift for me.
I have a birthday gift. Yeah, I think I should put it up on the screen now because there are a lot of people that want to say hello to you in the chat. And it still is your birthday, and I guess I'm going to put it up here on the screen because you are inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame once again because of your leadership in the All Wrestling Matters movement. I had to come up with an actual way to induct you in the Hall of Fame. So that's what do we got you in for? Taffy's Lounge. We got you in for ROEW. We got you in for yourself. We got you in for, I think, something else we got you in for. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think for your subscriber count, maybe. I think
Nemesis
your fourth.
Sessions, maybe
Nemesis. Maybe. I think this is your fourth time. And actually, I think for one retracted company, you're in the Hall of Fame for that. So, yeah, maybe this is the fourth or fifth induction. So,
okay. Well, thank you.
IMF. Well, technically, are you in for IMF?
I was never invited, so probably not.
Well, we'll count that as one you're in for because you did show up in IMF, but yeah, you're in the Hall of Fame here. But once again,
I think you gave me something for my birthday last year for just being my birthday because I turned the big 4-0.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good episode. But now you're 41, so you'll get this. And I thought Mr. Kron would like to stay here and sit with you. And
yeah.
Let's get to some people in the chat because
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all.
A lot of people that want to say hello, wish you happy birthday. I will see if Jason Storm is wishing you happy birthday. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. I mean, maybe he will. I don't know.
Cameron Jack Kane, Nicholson.
Is he alive still? He hasn't done a movie in a while, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I know. Old bastard.
Well, speaking.
Come back in DC Universe. Be Joker.
Speaking of people, Cameron Cage wanted to say hello, and
what's up, Mr. Cage?
Maybe we'll see Cameron here. I was speaking with Cameron off the air quite a bit, and he hopes you're having a good birthday. Yeah, really sorry you've had to go through this with ROEW, though, with Kyle Shelby once again being senselessly attacked, and obviously Jacob Collins and CJ Black, what they went through tonight, just really some of the most heinous stuff I've seen in the underground circuit. But Cameron does want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. So
thank you.
Ox McCoy wanted to say what with the exclamation point. That's a good one. And the Underground OG did want to wish you happy birthday and welcome to 41. Yeah, I mean,
appreciate it.
If you turn around, you'll be 14. But then again, you wouldn't have that hair, on the chin.
Oh no.
Yeah, there was a woman today when I was walking home said, "Oh, is, I want to tell you, is this thing real? And I said something I can't repeat on the platform. I said, let's just say things I'm not going to repeat. Yeah, that's Brooklyn for you. Thank you, Zilla, for the kind words, and hope it's been an excellent birthday, Shooter. Well, I don't know if Jason Storm is giving you an excellent birthday. I bought you some time in the wrestling terms. I did a hold so you could, you could burn in hell. Yeah, there you go. I put that. PWF page. I put that there. That was nice of me to say, right? But how are we doing? I actually want to give my thoughts to Chase Wakefield because Chase, I was talking with him off the air, and he is in Pennsylvania right now with him and a few other people, and including him and his fiance, and they're dealing with these horrible wildfires. I don't know if everybody has heard about it, but it's really terrible. In fact, they've actually been felt here in Staten Island and Brooklyn because they've had some smoke alerts here, and the air quality has been very poor, and they've lost. Chase was telling me they've lost a significant amount of acres where he is in Pennsylvania. So if you can, please keep Chase and Janie in your thoughts, and hope that they're okay. And these wildfires, we had a couple of years ago in Canada. They actually came all the way here to Brooklyn. I never forget. It felt like the 4th of July for like 2 weeks straight. And Chase is going through something similar to that. So please, Chase, hang in there. And Chase will be, by the way, he will be back on Sportswire in 2 weeks. He's in your chair, you two gentlemen, in 2 weeks, and maybe you'll pay him a visit. Maybe you'll tell him how much that
usually
you should be in his wedding. I don't know, but let's get to some more people who want to say hello. Yep, hello to everybody. Dalton is here and just gave eyeballs.
All right, with the big eyeballs. BYCW.
James Taylor running late. Hope he doesn't wreck his 4-wheeler on the entrance. Yeah, did you give Stone Cold advice that maybe he should have took?
I told him after what happened in that whole fiasco, after he talked to that woman who tried to act like she was injured when she wasn't. She was faking it just to get free WrestleMania seats. I said, Steve, look, man, I'm like, I get it. Me and him were drinking a lot that day, okay?
I was on the TikTok with you. By the way, I sat for almost the entire TikTok live you were on.
And I appreciate you, Tom, and I appreciate that. You hung out with me. So I thought Kron hung out with me a little bit.
Was there. Too. I think Kron was there. I think was Big Man Cam. I think Big Man Cam stopped by. I think for both. He was there for night 1 and night 2, I think. So yeah, it was a couple of us.
All they had to do was swap the main events, and night 1 could have completely.
But people were saying, James, people were like saying the other way around. They were saying that night 2 wasn't any good and night 1 was great, and
that's what's so weird. So none of night 1 except for maybe the Charlotte and Tiffy match, and then the main event was great. The rest of the night was to me. But night 2, all of it was great until the main event, and I was disappointed in the main event. I loved seeing John Cena win the 17th title. I loved seeing him and Cody Rhodes going at it 4 times in a row. Which, here's a fun fact, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know that Cody Rhodes is 0-4 against John Cena now?
Oh, because the first stint in WWE, right? Cody Rhodes wrestled John Cena, didn't beat him.
That was the 4th time they've ever had a one-on-one match.
In Cody Rhodes' first stint in WWE, they wrestled each other. Okay, that's
2010, 2012, 2013, I think it was, and now 2025. And all 4 times he has lost to John Cena.
So it's almost like your record with Anthony Steele?
Almost like my record with, Anthony Steele. Yeah,
okay, well, speak no more. We'll move on here because we want to continue to hope you have a happy birthday. What? Here. I love it when guys come on and then they read their comments like 30 minutes later. I always think that's hilarious. Maybe tonight's the night I'm going to retire. Let you two host Sportswire. You know what? By the way, that should at least in my announcement. So, it's funny. We obviously have you here, the 2 of you pillars of the wrestling community. Thank God you guys haven't done anything like we've kind of touched upon earlier in the show tonight. Thank the Lord. Praise Allah. I mean, Allah.
Consider me the Chris Hansen of the underground in the backyard scene in the indie scene.
I see. Well, whatever that might be, whatever your reference was. So since Sportswire is close to the 1,500 subscriber milestone, I have decided that when we hit 1,500 subscribers, we'll do this. We'll see how many days we do it, but we're going to let maybe some of you gentlemen host for a couple of nights in a row. You guys can. I'm gonna move off to the sunset, and let you guys host. I mean, one of those names we're gonna let do it. Which not who you think, but Omen Black. We let Omen. It is his show. We would like to see Omen host. Here in the platform, and
But this is
maybe
this is really my show and your
well,
show.
yes, but obviously we want you two guys also to be a part of a show, and maybe we'll let some of the people like you guys host for a couple of nights because we are closing in on 1,500 subs, and I thought maybe we should celebrate that. We'll probably get it in a couple of weeks. We're I'm like 30 away, so I thought, what do you think? Maybe we'll let some other people have time to move on, pass the baton.
I know some people who like to win 18 world titles
Cena's got
like
7.
to say that I have music that's irrelevant, but yet my other channel, which I haven't talked too much about, my Taffy's Lounge, I have been climbing, and I'm at 1,640, maybe a little bit more subscribers. I'm almost to 1,650 subscribers on there now.
Well, I'm going to plug Darkron's YouTube channel in a minute because he liked to get
Darkron.
the 1,640 subscribers. Maybe we should give him some. It's just your
Hey, he's more than welcome to have some of them if he wants. We'll share them. We'll share them.
That was a good one, James. That was a good one. But let's get to some more comments. I want to say hello to my buddies in the Backyard Wrestling Nexus. I think you were brought up actually in the chat for a good reason. I think they were looking for something, and I think Anthony had mentioned you, and maybe they'll work on that. They have a project they're working on, and we say hello to our friends in the Nexus. Speaking of people, Shane Davidson wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. Wanted to wish you a huge, vibey birthday. Shane is getting ready to return to the ring, and want to wish you a happy birthday. It was nice of him.
Thank you.
And speaking of people that would like to wish you a happy birthday, the one and only Alexander Kelly, a man that has obviously been near and dear to your heart, a protege of yours, a man that has certainly been figuring out his future, and is definitely always a name that people should keep an eye on, and would like to wish you happy birthday. It was nice of him.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yes, we love Alexander Kelly here on Sportswire. Also, let's get to some more comments. Yep, hello. Cato, by the way, a man that you did share a locker room with before, wanted to wish you happy birthday. And Cato will be sharing a locker room. He'll be sharing a locker room with Darkron in 2 weeks from now because he's going to be there at Rage in the Cage against Ox McCoy. And, Mr. Kron, I hear that the grapevine is going to show up. So who knows? That intro was 7 eons LUL.
Taking on your best friend there, James Taylor.
What?
Yeah, well.
I'll be taking on your best friend in the cage.
Who's that?
Old Anthony Steele.
Well, he's here tomorrow, but we'll make
Please
sure
kick his head off for me.
Well, we're going to make sure
that's all I want to do. I'm there to help my brother Drago out, and I'm going to kick the shit out of Anthony Steele. That's all I want to do. I want to make sure he ain't walking around with that gold.
Well, we're going to definitely be talking a lot about that tomorrow, so I'm sure that'll be quite the topic, and I'm sure we'll see you two gentlemen there. Enjoy. Much love to the best today, and hope you had a great birthday. Very nice of Cato. I'm looking forward to seeing Cato. And Sean Jovi wanted to wish you a very happy birthday, and I really enjoyed that episode that Sean Jovi and Darkron had. An outstanding episode.
That was actually the season finale of my first season. And I'm working on season 2, which I do have a couple of people I've already talked to. So I'm working on that. So there's going to be a little break.
What's up with that? I didn't get no call.
You should take a break. I wish I would take a break, but people would have they would have convulsions. That's okay. But happy birthday. Yes, Sean Jovi. By the way, closing in on 1,000 subs.
Appreciate it.
I want to say a lot of Brett Anderson like to wish you a happy birthday. Very nice of Brett. Brett is definitely on the road back, and he's here. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate you, Brett. Thank you, Brett. Brett's a great guy. Courtney Wood, of course, our friend Courtney Wood, who I know gets mad every time I call her the female Dave Meltzer and Wade Keller, and she'll be back here next week for our friends at Legit Alternative Wrestling, not too far from Mr. Kron. Wants to say hello. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday later on. Speaking of people that are going to be on TV here coming up on YouTube tomorrow afternoon, Justin Abel Sane, the NEW Undisputed Champion, all the way from Japan before he travels back to Worcester for tomorrow. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Very nice of Justin. I love our friends at NEW.
Appreciate it.
Very nice. Cute Zebra Mora. What was the Zebra Mora reference?
The mirror.
Mirror. Oh, mirror. Oh, Zebra Mirror. Okay. I mean,
when I was doing our promo.
Oh, because I was gonna say Zebra was on Sportswire already. What do you want?
Yeah.
They're not gonna come back on. Well, they'll come back on, but they just had them on. Thank you for that. Hit the sub button for our friends in BYCW. Yep. And speaking of people that I'm sure you both have an opinion on, Jacob Collins, the gunslinger, who is the number one contender again to that ROW championship. Although I don't know if I'd want to be the number one contender, considering what Jacob went through tonight. Another great match ruined by Jason Storm. First takes away that huge match I was supposed to have with CJ and ruined another great match between me and CJ. Yeah, Jacob Collins, he just had such bad luck here.
Join the club, buddy.
Because Jason Storm wants to stick his nose in every single part of ROEW. That's not something a true owner would do, especially a guy who thinks he runs shit. Because, I mean, all you're doing is running it into the ground. Then what are you going to do when there ain't nothing left to pick up, Jason? What exactly are you going to do? Because if you run everybody out of town like you did before I took over, and thank God I took over when I said I did, and everybody said, hey, look, we're turning a new leaf. We got a new owner, blah, 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 blah. What are you going to do, Jason, if you try and run this back into the ground? Is you going to feel like you accomplished something? Is it going to make you feel powerful? Because it's not going to.
Well, I mean, obviously, Jason feels the way he feels, and a lot of his angst is toward you. It's really what it comes down to, and everybody else is suffering. I mean,
just stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to be staying tuned. You know that. Happy birthday, James. Poor Kyle. And there is Kyle Shelby who's here. He says he'll get my get back. Well, we're going to be certainly waiting to see. And thank you, Courtney. Yes, we love Zilla and Courtney. Yes, thank you, Courtney, for all you do. Courtney and our friends-in-law are going to be here Monday night and Tuesday night. We have Michael McMoney Sr., of course, from the Law Council. Michael I spoke with earlier tonight before we went on the air. And he is going to be wrestling tomorrow in the West Virginia Wrestling Federation before we see him in action coming up in Parkersburg, West Virginia. James, you have been warned by Ox McCoy. Quit that yawning stuff. You'll get me going too.
My bad. Okay, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning. I went to the gym, clanging and banging, and I had to do a lot of things today, so forgive me.
Business sessions, maybe press conferences, maybe
a little bit of everything, grinding on the YouTube channels and stuff like that, getting some videos made and stuff.
I want their heads. I won that match. James, tell them, man, I want that DKW title shot. I'll take it from that 2 moves of doom bum.
It's not just him you got to worry about, Kyle.
People always want title matches. I mean, when are you gonna, like, if a guy was beating my ass 2 or 3 times in a row, I wouldn't give a fuck about the damn championship. I'd want to knock his head off. Like, Jason Storm been talking his shit on me for over 2 years. You think I want his title? I don't need the title. I don't care about the title. I want to beat the hell out of Jason Storm. And if I keep pushing my buttons, that's exactly what's going to happen. I am going to destroy Jason Storm. Kyle Shelby, come on. If you're a vet like guys like Dark Kron, the Underground OG, me, the Nemesis James Taylor, the resident rock star Sean Jovi, you should know better than anybody that it ain't about championships. It's about what you do in that ring and what your purpose is in making your stand. Leave your mark, like my song says. I leave my mark everywhere I go, and that's exactly what I do. That's exactly what all these gentlemen do. You got to leave your mark. Look at Kron. He's got to go in 2 weeks to Rage on Occasion. He's going to leave his mark over there in IMF when he beats the hell out of Anthony Steele. Sean Joby doing what he got to do. Kyle Shelby, my advice to you, if I could give you any, is don't worry about a damn DKW championship. Worry about getting your hands on Jason Storm, Alex Cross, and Cash Carter and doing what needs to be done.
Well, I mean, a lot to ponder there from Kyle, and you may be seeing a surprise or two here in a minute. I'm going to leave that out before I get to this, but Big Man Cam, we celebrated a birthday on Saturday, and certainly Big Man Cam's got a lot of things outside the wrestling world on his plate that he'll have to deal with. But he does say, hey, people, And yes, thank you, Big Man Cam, for telling us about some things that we wish we didn't know. But good news for me was I didn't eat yet when he told me that news. But that's okay. We watched ROEW afterwards, and we're here now. And I couldn't agree more with Justin. If you do consider selling ROEW, Justin would be a great businessman. He's done a great job with NEW. And if you are looking to sell, I would certainly say Justin would be very interested, could be a great business owner.
I appreciate the gesture and I appreciate the offer, Mr. Sane or Mr. Justin. But if I was to be that type of a guy, that businessman that would sell my company that I proudly own right now, then that would just mean that I don't want to deal with the trash that's inside ROEW. I'm a guy who wants to keep all my stuff modern and clean, and I'm going to have to take care of the trash. It seems like myself. So don't worry, stay tuned. Everything's good, but I appreciate the offer. And if I ever did have to sell it, you'd probably be the first guy I'd call.
Fair enough. Well, that's some strong words there, and I'll get to some more comments. And Mr. Shelby would like to say it was so simple as 1, 2, 3. I hit the Detroit drop. Alex Cross hit the ref. Not only that, completely acted in a dishonorable way and costed me my victory.
It was unofficial. What part of that doesn't anybody understand that it was unofficial? You could go out there and say you had a match and he could have had a striped shirt on and count 1, 2, 3, but the match was unofficial. It was unsanctioned because he put his hands on a referee. So for an undisclosed amount, Alex Cross single-handedly will be fined a really, really big amount, and he will pay the price for that.
So, but do you think he'll be able to pay that fine, and will he pay it this time? Because you've threatened them.
No, because after somebody like Dark Tron gets his hands on him and swells his face shut, he's going to be focusing all his financial problems.
You know what?
You
know what? And we're here with, of course, James Taylor celebrating a birthday, and of course, the legendary Dark Tron, his right hand man, James Taylor's right hand man, of course, the Underground OG, the host of the Dark Chronicles. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, Joe voice, figuratively and literally, all music matters and all wrestling matters. Maybe what you might have to do now is what they're doing in Washington for those that have been not paying their student loans and they've defaulted on them, and where they now want to garnish their wages, garnish a portion of their pensions and Social Security. And maybe that's what you might have to do if you really want to fine Alex Cross, Cash Carter, and Jason. So maybe you have to do what President Trump is when it comes to getting that student loan payments from the 200 and some odd million people that have not paid their student loans or whatever the number is. And you might have to do that as well. Maybe you have to garnish their wages from Cash Carter, Jason Storm, and Alex Cross. Maybe you have to garnish their Social Security. I mean,
that you see something like that, Tom, would be too easy.
Too easy?
I could strip them of their championships, but that would be too easy. Hell, I could drive up to Jason's front door, ring the doorbell when he answers it, beat his ass right there, but that'd be just too easy. So what I want them to do is suffer, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I've told them 100 times over, and I'm telling you, I'm telling the world,
yes, sir.
Do not mess with the nemesis James Taylor, period.
Well, you know what? We have a lot of people that still want to talk to you, and we are expecting some more surprises. So we'll leave that at that. Alexander Kelly is voicing his displeasure, saying, "Man, screw Jason Storm." Well, Alex is always opinionated. Jason Storm's got more messages, this time from Jacob Collins. I'm beat down, but I'll get my hands on Jason Storm next week.
I got to point out something real quick, Tom.
Yeah.
Something.
Absolutely.
Jacob Collins is an underrated, not overrated, underrated wrestler in the underground. Not only that, his entrance music is underrated. I listened to that entrance music tonight at Face Off. I never really paid attention. And when he came out to face CJ Black, man, I was like feeling that music. Jacob Collins, if I was you got music like that, son, going out to the ring, you should be fired up, ready to go all the time.
He looked great tonight.
He did.
Listen.
He did.
Listen to Jacob.
I'm going to put it up for you. I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to put that music up for you. And
he was on par.
Because we can actually do that with ROEW music because it's not copyrighted. So thank you, ROEW.
Copyright-free music, so go check out the entrance themes
on ROEW. That's why we love our friends in ROEW for the past 2 points.
Looking ready. He looks like he's ready to handle some business tonight. He's going to do whatever he can to get to Jason Storm. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the gunslinger making his way to the ring, Jacob Collins. He was here last week, but then he was attacked by Cash Carter, Natural Selection, doing what they do. It's uncalled for. You got to think that they might have something to do with tonight's
You can actually just play Jacob Collins' entrance video.
We've got to get this in order.
I could do that. Okay, I'll go like this. We'll go like this. We'll come back to it. We'll go like this. And yes, we'll wait.
Yeah,
we'll get to the chat.
You don't want to hear.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
What's wrong with Dave Johnson? I liked him.
I like that. I like him.
Listen to this badass theme song.
I think Eddie Van Halen's playing this from his grave. That old Van Halen song. Now, as much as I want to continue to say this, have heard that we have a surprise that wants to wish you a very happy birthday. Now, this surprise, although we've had a few surprises on Sportswire this week, which were not received well, understandably so in the cases of certainly Mr. Jake Dvorak. Poor Jake was interrupted by Joe Starr and the aforementioned Anthony Steele, but I want to bring him on because you, I know, both are fond of this man, and that is Sean Jones.
James Tyler.
Hey.
Wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Looking clean there, Joby.
Yeah, I know. Decided to get bored of the beard. I kind of got pissed off and sick of it, so I just got rid of it.
Getting all sharpened up. Go get you go meet the ladies out there tonight, huh?
Sharp dressed man. I mean,
I need Tom Bryce to be my wingman still.
You might need my bank account. You take some of my bank account, and I'm sure.
No, I just need to go out to the bar with me. The draft is happening here in Green Bay.
I did see that. And I see Deion Sanders' son has still not been drafted, which is fascinating to me.
Dude, I am flabbergasted. Lambeau Field can fit 200,000 people. Like for a while last night, they were rejecting people at the gates.
And did you want to go? Did you want to go and watch the draft? Did you have a chance to go or what?
I mean, I've had opportunities, but dude, that's a lot of people.
Well,
all in one area. I just don't have the interest in it like everyone else does.
But thankfully, you have interest in coming on here. And what would you like to say?
Yeah, you guys are better than any old boring ass draft in Green Bay.
Well, I don't know if I go that far, but James is
out. I'd rather spend it on James Taylor's birthday with James Taylor.
Well,
right.
I would love to see what you'd like to say to James. What do you want to say to Mr. Taylor?
I love James Taylor. I mean, shit, man.
I know you won't be as joyful when Anthony Steele is here tomorrow night, though. You will not.
Yeah, I might. I'm gonna have to fill in sick or call in sick.
Yeah, I have some.
Yeah, I think I got something to.
Yeah. That's right. I gotta do that thing with that person that's not interested in Anthony Steele either.
Well, a lot going on in RCW. Certainly, I did get a chance to watch your vlog that kind of took us into CyberSlam. I know you will be there at Rage in the Cage, and you will see Mr. Kron again. And, hopefully you and James will be reunited again. But I know a lot is still going on with you, and especially RCW. I know Thomas McEntee is going to be busy with the championship, and a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean, I declared the internet title as from a shoot title belt with mini games to an actual more mid-card title for RCW.
And Freddie's been trying to get a championship. It's funny. We had Freddie stealing a championship. We had Johnny Walker stealing Justin Parsley's ring. So I guess the way to get things done now in the underground circuit is to steal things. Maybe if we steal something.
I mean, greasers do hood rat things, I guess. I don't know.
James, maybe you need to steal something from Jason Storm to get over on him.
Maybe a piece of pizza.
I like to give, and I'm going to give him something. I'm going to give him a gift. I'm going to give him a welcoming gift when I show up. So.
Oh, that's very nice of you. But I want to give some people a chance to go hit a sub for Sean Jovi because he's almost at 1,000 subscribers and he's 157 there. Sean Jovi, you are one of the people that I want to see here back on Sportswire because I made the announcement a little while ago that when we hit 1,500 subscribers, I'm gonna for at least a couple of days. We're going to let some of the veterans, the OGs of the platform here that built it before all these big names like Mark Kendall, Rhino, Savio Vega, Doug Pinnick, Randy Jackson, Brian Damage Forsythe decided to come here. We're going to let some of you co-host and host on the show, on the platform, and some of the shows. And, God help us if Anthony Steele's one of those hosts. God help us. God help. We may be going under. We may be going.
He ain't gonna be able to talk after I kick his head off.
Well, that hopefully might be the case, but
his impersonation. He does impersonations pretty good, though.
Well, I know he's got a lot to say tomorrow, but I definitely want you, Mr. Jovi, as I made the announcement, to be one of those, guest hosts, and we'll do a couple of days.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're about like 30 away, so I anticipate that in the next couple of weeks that we'll, do something special for that. But before anything else, I'll let you hang out here for a few more minutes. I know you're a busy man, but hit the sub button for Mr. Jovi. Let's get to some more comments while you three are here, and we'll see who else joined us. Hit the sub button for our friends in ROW. I want to say hello to my buddy, Mr. Ace Reed. Ace, of course, from our friends in Wrestling Zero, and also he is a part of his own company, PWTU. Wants to say good afternoon, and you look good for 41. I was thinking 40 or 42, but apparently you're 41.
Appreciate it.
41 years young.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep,
right there.
Please give a sub to Darkron because you can watch his most two recent episodes of the Dark Chronicles with James Taylor and Sean Jovi, by the way. And there's some really good episodes. Really good stuff. I mean, Soldier was great on there. Omen was great on there. James was great on there. Sean was great on there. Matthew Forsaken. I know you're fighting him now, but Matthew Forsaken was great on there. I hope you get Jason Storm on there. I think that would be a great episode. I'll be tuned into. Yeah, I know.
No, save us the trouble.
I'm telling you right
now.
Season 2 is lining up pretty good.
I can't wait for season 2, baby. I can't wait. And
somebody on the screen might be on there too. You don't know.
I didn't know I'm a guest. Stay tuned. Okay. Finally getting away from natural selection for one time to face Freddie Daniels at Rage in the Cage. Boy, Rage in the Cage is shaping up to be almost like the biggest spectacle in the underground. I hear D'Angelo, because Anthony basically spoiled it on Tuesday. He was going to be there. Mr. Kron's going to be there. I mean, we got Jacob Collins that's going to be there. I mean, we got Kato's going to be there. I mean, Jason Storm's going to be there, James Taylor. I know that you're very upset about that. I mean, you got who's who of everybody there in the underground that's going to be there. I mean, it's exciting.
I don't know if I'm upset. I'm more probably enthralled at the fact to see him and Soldier GP beat the absolute living shit out of each other, and I think that's going to be an awesome show to watch.
It will be. I'm excited for it. I mean,
me too.
James, if you would have showed up, we could have booked you and I for RCW.
Hey,
there you go.
You know what time it is, baby. You know what time it is, and I'm very excited about it because I'm donating 2 tickets. I'm donating 2 tickets to the show. I donate to every IMF show. But Cameron Cage says you need a hand in cleaning up the mess.
You know, Cam.
You know I'm busy at the moment.
I'm prone to say never.
I offered Cam to say hello, but he says he's a busy man. He says he's busy, but maybe he's keeping his options open. But okay. Hit the sub button for Sean Jovi. He's got it going on. Dark Chronicles is a great show, and Ox is a great candidate for.
Maybe I should get Ox on there.
You should definitely consider
Ox. Has some very fun matches.
He's had an interesting career
to begin with.
We've seen your vlogs that would certainly do that and be a huge part of that. But okay, so obviously we got some of that out of the way. So what do you gentlemen want to say next?
Sean Jovi, when the time is right and I might need a little bit of ammunition, you got any of those doors still available?
Oh, I see. I see.
Oh,
I might need some doors to do some reconstruction. So,
I thought you were talking about something else.
There's always something else. You just whatever. You
take it how you want to.
You can take that however you want.
If you want a 3 Doors Down match, though, I'll do it one more time.
I would be I'd be honored to accept that type of a matchup with you. I mean, sure. I mean, if me and you had to have a match and it be a 3 doors down match, I mean, no
I think
offense
you
to
got
your
the upper hand,
previous
though,
opponents.
James.
Huh?
You got the upper hand.
How
yeah,
so?
I'm on
He's
4.
never won.
Well, I mean,
Forever.
I've never won one either. But the fact is, if I was to ever have one, no offense to your other opponents, but I kind of want to offend them. This would be your absolute best 3 doors down match. Would be with the Nemesis James Taylor,
Well,
and
he just
that's
did
just the
have one with
facts
Omen
right
Black,
there.
by the way, a man that you have a rather interesting history with. I'm
You know,
sure
I really can't take a guy who looks like that, the Marshmallow Man and Jeffrey Dahmer had a baby. I
you
mean,
know,
I
you shouldn't
can't
say
get it.
that about. He's going to be guest hosting when we get 1,500 subscribers. In some words, as Mr. Black had reminded me, he's looking to take back his platform when we get to 1,500. He is looking to take back his platform. His exact
Unfortunate
words
for
to me.
him that won't happen though. That won't happen
Yeah, it's my
because
platform.
I was
Well,
here
he's
first.
claiming it. He specifically said to me in his words that he's reclaiming back his platform.
His
taking
words
back
are
what's his.
irrelevant, Tom.
I
Mr. Price, his
discovered
words
that
are irrelevant.
I was
He
discovered
needs to know who paved the way for his big ass to be able to be on this platform.
well,
I mean, I
in
was the
his
founder
words,
more or less at this point.
in his words, he feels that he is going to certainly have a lot to say, and he says he's eagerly anticipating that moment. It's coming. I mean, we're basically
Well,
days away.
tell him to go down to KFC, go get him a big 8-piece bucket of fried chicken, get 2 or 3 of those some bitches, and he can lay it all out on the line right there.
Maybe he's a Popeyes fan though. He may not. He may
Well,
be a
then go
Popeyes
get
fan.
Popeye's bucket of chicken. I
Popeye's
don't
churches,
care.
does it matter?
I mean, you could just get Chick-fil-A at that point.
Chick-fil-A is too pricey for him.
No, he's a big IMF champion, by the way. He got the House of Wolves. I mean, I thought you and him had a mutual respect for each other. No more, huh?
It's a love-hate relationship. He loves me, and I hate him, or maybe sometimes it's vice versa.
What are you, Al Bundy now?
I don't know. It's
I'll keep my mouth shut about Omen until the time's good.
Listen, I just say, and Mr. Dalton Skull is here, and he said, look at these gentlemen, you especially. He's back, Mr. Skull. He's back to let you know that you got to focus on him, and maybe you'd want to see Dalton on here. Maybe you want to see people like Jacob Collins show up here and, tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. I don't know. I mean, if that's what they want. I mean,
nobody tells me what to do. I do whatever I want, however I want.
Jason Storm's
guys like Dalton Skull and Jason Storm are too much of cowards to come on here and talk to me like a man.
Well, Jason, okay, I'm glad you brought up Storm. I have received word from Mr. Storm that
he's in Japan or some bullshit.
That's Justin Abel saying he's actually legitimately.
He's over in Indonesia then. What? Where's he at?
No, not Indonesia. Australian press conference here coming up. Yes.
He's in an Australian press conference. I don't buy that bullshit. Do you buy that bullshit, Kron?
Sure. Yeah.
Sean.
He's more likely to be at the Packers.
No, he's told me Australian press conference, land down under, that Carter, and Cross are talking about this past evening's face-off and that they are busy tonight, but they want to wish you a happy birthday and they can't wait to see you eventually one day in the ROW arena.
Watch what you wish for.
Let me get to Mr. Skull because he obviously wants to tell you that he's back from the dead and also wants to say that I bet you won't even be at the first episode of Sunday Night Havoc. Another person piling on you, James. Another one person saying that you're not going to show up. I thought it was your birthday, not the roast of James Taylor.
It's going to be like a thing for James Taylor. Everybody's just going to say you're going to show up.
By God.
Say his name and he appears, right?
Well, I don't have Dalton, I can tell you, if you'd like to show up, we would love to have Dalton here, but I don't have word about Dalton. I can tell you,
I guess just consider me that type of an attraction. I'm like going to a Godzilla movie. You can't wait to see him, and you don't see him till the end of the movie because that's the main event. And then when he shows up, it's like, holy shit moment. I mean, what was it like when the Avengers and when they were facing Thanos in the end? I mean, yeah, everybody was building for that moment to see that war, that epic war, and that's where it all paid off.
And Mr.
If you
Skull,
had me too much on the
while
wrestling
you talk
screen,
about the Avengers and fantasize about that, Dalton Skull is giving us real talk here and saying that he'll be defending the PWF Uprising Championship in open challenge against the true BYCW World Champion.
Dalton, buddy, you, I'm the number
You
one
okay?
contender. I'm the number one contender to that Uprising Championship. So just get ready for our contract signing coming up very shortly, because I promise you, you won't want to miss it.
Well, certainly he'll be getting into some of that. And, James, I really hope that these men do give you a birthday gift. Like I said, Jason Storm does want to confirm one more time that he really is on assignment, ROW press conference. Also,
he is full of it.
Yeah.
He might be full of kangaroos. I mean, they love kangaroos in Australia, but the speed limit 6.
He's full of pizza and Twinkies.
That's some interesting food there. I mean, into complete polar opposites, but the speed limit.
That's just to back Mr. Taylor on the Twinkie tits.
Well, certainly one individual that used to say things about you, Darkrai, might be literally becoming that Twinkie somewhere, and we're not going to go anywhere on that. But yeah, just pretend we never heard that. But the Speed Limit 6 is coming soon, and maybe you'll show up to that, James. Maybe you'll be contractually obligated to show up to that.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay, well, James, I did hear before we move on, I know these two men are busy men, but I did hear that you did want to get something off your chest, which was rather fascinating, and it won't be so hilarious. I think you and I both spoke about this quite a bit during the week, and something you want to get off your chest?
About what, promo wrestling?
I was going to tell you maybe it was about the Jason Storm press conference, but actually, no, yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about that one? Okay.
Yeah, and while you do that, yeah, I would love to see Darkrai and Dalton Skull. And how about Sean Jovi and Dalton Skull? I mean, I've heard from Bertie that Dalton Skull and Sean Jovi sort of have a Wisconsin connection.
That's what I heard, but I haven't heard anything since.
Well, you're here
if
now.
If you're still interested, Dalton, hit me up. I don't know where we're going to do it now, but we could do it. I mean, I don't wrestle for that place anymore.
But you do wrestle for another place.
I do.
Another far away. But James, what did you want to get off your chest before these two men go and celebrate the rest of their evening?
I mean, they don't have to stay and listen because I'm about to vent just a tiny bit right now. So let's talk about promo wrestling. I know these guys have probably seen some of my promos on Instagram, and they're all like, "What the hell is he bitching about?" Well, I mean, I'm shooting them. Those are straight shoot promos.
I've seen them all.
So I had a promo wrestling match like 2 weeks ago, and I have my mixed feelings. Well, I have my honest to God feelings when it comes to it. A promo wrestling or a promo battle is like a rap battle. You sit there, you talk shit to somebody, but you talk shit to somebody and you diss them. You just, you down them, whatever you're going to do in a promo, and it's not wrestling based. I confuse that type of, I confuse the differences between them, between promo wrestling and actually promo battling years ago. And I went against this guy, and the guy that I was talking trash to very recently. And long story short, after talking, and then I had a situation or a misunderstanding, a miscommunication with another individual. And I'm not going to say his name right now. None of y'all would know him anyways. But me and him had a disagreement about some stuff. We got into a Discord voice chat, and then like a pack of dogs, this entire company named NGT decided to talk all their shit and jump me, not physically, but mentally. And I called them a few choice words and left the voice chat. Then they saw fit with their keyboard warrior ways to come into my PWF server, not the one I have now, or not the one that Tom owns now. It's a completely different one before then. Come into the server, completely hack it, destroyed all the stuff that I had created the year prior already for my promo wrestling federation, and deleted everything and got everybody to tried to get everybody to turn on me, and then it was it. It was like a tornado came in there and destroyed everything. It was wild. Well, that's when I started learning about how the situation works. So there's what they call, I know it sounds like a lot of stuff right here, guys. There's what you call promo battling, and then there's kayfabe wrestling. Not physical wrestling on the ground, but when you do storytelling for promos. So I created, because it was only known as promo battling, I created kayfabe promo wrestling. Hence the Promo Wrestling Federation.
Yes, which we're actually on live right now on YouTube. There's one or two people watching us there, actually.
So say I booked a match where Sean Jovi is going to go one-on-one with Darkron in a 3 Doors Down match. Instead of actually physically doing the match, they would talk trash to each other on screen however many times they want to tell the story, and then I'd bring their characters to life in the video game, and we'd have the match and see how it turns out. And it's all in fun, right? We're storytelling, because there's some people, I created this platform for some people who unfortunately really can't get in the ring or on a trampoline or even on the ground and wrestle because they physically can't do it for whatever their reason. And this gives them a way to escape their reality into a world where they could live that wrestling lifestyle without actually getting hurt or doing something, right?
Sure.
And it became a fun thing. Well, these bullies decided to try and destroy all that. Well, here we are after all the dust had cleared, all the smoke was done, everything was, the dust settled, blah, 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 blah. We all know the words. Anyways, years have gone by, everything's good. I've been doing my thing here in the underground community, and here we are. Well, now they're like, James, we'd love to have you back in promo wrestling with TPW, and no disrespect to Rocky, he's a great guy, but
Rocky
I've had my feelings on
last week, by the way. Want to give his thoughts and prayers to Rocky.
I've had my feelings on judging promo battles. So you get two guys who go one-on-one, not like what I was talking about, but two guys will go one-on-one and talk shit, and then they will appoint a judge, like say Tom, say it was me and Jovi going at it.
Like American Idol. Think of watch American Idol, it's the same kind of premise.
Then they get a judge who would choose who they believed won that promo battle. But the way it worked in their world is favoritism. And I'm saying that, and it wasn't that I was bitter about losing. It was the fact that I could tell literally, and I've seen it with other people too. Like, man, how did I lose that match? I completely trash talked the shit out. I've seen it with Nathaniel Rage. There's a name that a lot of people know. I've seen it happen to him. You get two guys that'll go, and one guy could completely demolish the other one, talking trash, but then the judging will come in and completely destroy their reputation by saying, well, you messed up because you were, get this, my last match I did before the promo y'all saw, I lost it because I was yelling too much. I'm the nemesis James Taylor. I raise my voice. Some people say I have a dad voice that I bring out.
Well, Fozzy thinks you have a dad voice right now because Sean Jovi's holding Fozzy.
Yeah, hey Fozzy. So I'm talking trash doing my thing, but I lost the match because I was yelling. Made absolute zero sense on why that happened. So I said, you know what? I don't want to deal with it. This is the whole reason why I got out of it in the first place, because it's stupid. It's a waste of my time. So here's where I get to the point. This guy comes out of nowhere from the old days of NGT, out of nowhere, called me out and said, James, you wanted to mention NGT. Well, here I am with this and this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm here to tell you that you're a kitty cat, I won't say. And that you can't out talk me because I will whip your ass. And I just laughed. I said, I ain't messing with you, man. And I told him numerous times, leave me alone. He told me, quit being a kitty cat. Quit being a kitty cat. Get on here and say something to me because I'm going to destroy you. So I went ahead and I did that 6-minute video because I was just shooting. And here's the funny thing. The son of a bitch deleted his shit. He's off of Instagram and he's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, what happened? And they're like, I'm looking into it. I don't know. I got to find out. And everybody's asking me, what happened to that guy that you were talking trash to? Got no clue. But apparently, I threw too much truth into the trash that he spewed, and now we can't find him. Now he's gone. I
Well, it's
guess he
like
deleted his
anything
shit.
else. Listen, there's good and bad, and obviously, it's what it is. And I mean, it's like anything else. There's going to be
Hey, it's a
agreement.
hobby for people. It's not a hobby for me, and I don't recommend anybody to get into something like that if they're expecting to win, because here's how they butter you up and pull you in. Here's the trick, and this might piss some of them off if they're listening. I'm sorry, but they butter you up by giving you one or two matches against some people that they'll just choose you to win, whether you're good or not. You're gonna win. Maybe your first 2 or 3 matches. Oh, I'm pretty good at this, and then after that, you will lose, unless they really like the fact that you're kissing their ass or something. I promise you,
So
you're
you're
gonna
saying it's
lose.
politics from your vantage
It's
point.
100% guaranteed politics in promo battling. I apologize, but you
That's
know what?
okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
I can't help it.
No,
I
I
cuss like a
understand.
sailor.
Listen, you obviously feel opinionated, and look, I mean, I hope that whatever it is, people get something out of it, but it's something for you that you're not going to do right now.
The biggest take I want people to get from this is real small. This guy, before he disappeared, deleted his shit after what I said to him, because I was very truthful and I spoke facts. That's all I'm doing, speaking facts. He said, and I quote, nobody, 90% of the people don't give a damn about you, James, because you're full of it. And nobody respects you. Nobody respects me. Nobody respects me in the platform that I've made and that I've done. No matter what it is, nobody respects me. I said, all right, bet. I respect a lot of the guys in promo wrestling or promo battling,
Yeah, we got a
like
lot of them
Nathaniel
on.
Rage and a
Yes.
few others, to name a few,
Devin,
because
I like Devin. I mean, I know Anthony doesn't, but I like
they've
Devin.
shown their respect to me, and
Zach
it's just
Clark.
like in
Yeah.
wrestling, right?
Yep.
And I'm cool with them.
AJ. Yep. AJ Storm.
Today, yeah, I don't. I'm just saying.
He's a good promo artist. I mean,
The guy said that nobody likes me, but yet all these guys have said, "Hey, would you recommend this?" Or "What do you
Well,
think if I do
look,
it this
it's
route?" Blah blah blah.
it's what it is. But we'll obviously move on. We're gonna get to a couple things here before we get to some final thoughts here. Cameron Cage, who I invited here, who doesn't want to come. He's shy, Cameron Cage, tonight, but he says that he may want to see you again. And Dalton Skull also says that maybe you want to see Cameron Cage. And yes, we do have a beeper now. In fact, he goes like this. What do you think? But we'll need it tomorrow for sure. It'll be throughout the whole show. And also, when are you coming on the show? Dalton you should meet Dalton on Sportswire, James. You and him should come on for an episode, and
He's
just
too frightened. He's a little,
he's
where's
not.
Waldo
He's a champion.
wannabe?
He doesn't want to say much. He's being,
I'm gonna go down to the Dollar Tree next week, and before I go down to BYCW, I'm gonna go buy him a costume that looks
with
like
inflation.
Where's
Is it
Waldo.
the Dollar Tree still? Is it still the dollar store with inflation?
There's Dollar Tree, there's Dollar General, there's Family Dollar. Just depends on
I
where
have
you want to
seen
go.
Family Dollar. Yes, we have Family Dollar here in New York City. I've seen them in Brooklyn. I've seen Dollar General, and you said Dollar Tree. I've seen them both, all three.
Oh
of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no true dollar store anymore.
I was gonna say. I mean, it's funny. Before we move on here,
$1.49.
in New York City now, there's a whole thing. They're bringing back the dollar slice, and trust me, it ain't gonna taste like what you really get for a slice of pizza. But Dalton does want to say, I don't want people to get tired of seeing him, unlike James. He's saying that people are getting tired of you on Sportswire.
That's why there's however many people are in here right now watching.
We had a lot. We had about like 18 people on the live at one point. About 18.
Yeah, see, that's okay, Dalton. It's okay. You'll get there one day, kid.
Well, he's
Never
been
say
here
never.
before. We'd love to see him on here. It's been a minute. Dalton hasn't been on here in almost a year, actually. I think it's been
people that say
Overdue.
that, and I hope this is a little rub towards you, Dalton, but people that say that, I don't want to be on there too much because I'm afraid they'll get bored of me. No, it's just because you don't know what else to talk about. You don't know how to keep talking. You don't know how to tell the story. That's all right, Dalton. You'll get there.
He definitely, listen, no, Dalton definitely wants to come on, but he's just obviously being a lot more quieter than let's say you would be about the PWF Uprising Championship.
This is James's day. It's his birthday. That's why nobody's coming on.
Well, you guys are here. We invited more people. I mean, I've noticed tonight Justin Parsley, who had everybody come on his stream. Where is Justin Parsley tonight? Who said that, yeah, I'll wish James Taylor a happy birthday.
Where's the hall monitor?
Where is Justin Parsley? I've noticed Anthony Steele, very auspicious in his absence. Who I would have thought would have been the first person to have wished you a happy birthday. I would have thought maybe Omen Black and Soldier GP would have wished you a happy birthday, most certainly. Jason Storm, at least to his credit, had said that he had an Australian press release, the press conference to get to. At least he gave us that explanation. I mean, I just would have thought Dalton Skull would maybe want to wish you a happy birthday. I would have
hell with him.
I would have thought that those names would be here. I mean, I just don't know, but maybe they have reasons. You know, maybe Mr. Parsley's busy hosting Jeopardy trivia. Maybe Mr. Black is upset about what you said about him in the KFC comment. Soldier's maybe upset with you, you know, for certain reasons.
He's afraid I'm going to knock the lights out on him, too.
And Anthony's maybe getting ready for tomorrow's show, and maybe he's show prepping. He's show prepping. I mean, you know, and by the way, great question from Dalton Skull. Who actually, happy birthday, James, but actually before that, he said, who the is Justin Parsley? He's the other PWF champion, although maybe one of you will unify those championships, and then we won't be talking about Justin Parsley much longer as the PWF champion. But I don't know. But he did say he likes you. Happy birthday. So, okay. So, you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you guys want to say before we move on here and close the show out? I think James has got a lot off his chest. He's talked a lot about ROEW. Good. Certainly talked about promo wrestling. We talked about Dalton Skull.
It's been a good therapy session.
What's that?
It's been good group therapy.
Yeah, good therapy session. Just let it out, James.
Yeah.
James, are you stopping by tomorrow?
I'll be your Dr. Shelby. Your Daniel Bryan.
Well, what if you're invited tomorrow?
Just send me the link.
Oh, that means we'll be sending you the link. There's another belt out there. Yeah, the other PWF championship.
He's smoking too much of that funny stuff right there, Tom. You know, he can't keep up with nothing right now because he's such a loon.
No, he's a gentleman. By the way, congratulations to Dalton. He's going to be a father this year. Very nice. Congratulations to him. He's going to be a father.
I'm so excited that Dalton Skull is going to bring another.
Are you going to be an uncle?
Skull into this world.
Are you going to be an uncle?
You could call me Uncle Taff. Yeah.
No, not to Dalton.
And I feel bad for that kid when he watches he or she. You know, maybe he's got the wrestling curse where he has a daughter, and there's nothing wrong with that because I know if that happened to me, it probably.
Hey, I got two girls and a boy.
There you go.
Mr. Jovi, before we continue that, Jovi, I want to give you the floor. I know you're going to run. You want to say something real quick before James talks more about Dalton Skull being the uncle of his son? You want to say anything else?
I just want to say happy birthday, James. I hope you're enjoying it. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon, man.
You'll be here on Sportswire very soon. Yeah, very soon. And,
yes, definitely.
Please hit the sub for Sean Jovi. He's 150 some odd subs away from 1,000, and we will put him in the Hall of Fame again when he hits 1,000. So,
yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Joe. I will let you run. I know you're a busy man, and we'll see you soon. That was Sean Jovi, who has some other things to attend to, and also, he could have a daughter. So so maybe it could be a son, but yeah, you could be uncle. Could be an uncle. I mean, that's why I would be a lot more polite. And, you could be an uncle. That'd be a great.
It could be an uncle, and it's going to be the first match that the kid's going to be able to watch is their daddy getting
or maybe
their ass whipped.
Dalton is going to make you cry.
The world.
Is Dalton going to make you cry?
He ain't going to be making me cry, Uncle. He's going to be crying, Uncle.
Nah, Dalton's a nice guy.
I'm going to get the belt and whip his ass with it. Literally.
Dalton said thank you to all of us. I like Dalton. You seem to be rather harsh on Dalton. He's here at least. I mean, Jason's busy.
The kid's got to learn. He's got to learn.
But you don't. but you guys seem to be upset with Jason tonight. Shouldn't it be a celebration of Jason and Alex and Cash because they're promoting ROEW internationally? Because they're promoting the company.
That's bogus, Tom, and you know
That is
it.
so bogus. God.
Those guys are probably having a little slumber party in their pajamas right
No,
now. Watching
please.
Hello Kitty.
We just talked about a name that we
Pizza
don't
and
want to bring up
Twinkies.
again that probably had thoughts about doing that. Please don't do that. And speaking of people that want to say hello soon, the legendary Blade, of course, the legendary Legend Killer is here, wants to wish you a happy birthday. It's his birthday, and Blade's going to be on Sportswire within the next month, and we're excited about Blade here, and he wants to wish you a happy birthday, and very nice of him, and this has been for 2 years in the making. Yeah, 2 years in the making. And yes, good evening, everybody. Thank you. Yes, and Blade, we are definitely marching on, and we're having a lot of fun with the Underground OG Darkron and James Taylor and celebrating James's birthday. We've got a big crowd tonight. The chat is definitely popping, and there we are.
There we are. Cron, how you been today, man? What you been up to all day?
Oh man, I've been running around, taking care of dumb things. Yard. It was nice until it started pouring down rain.
I think we're getting what you have here now because it was beautiful in New York. Then all of a sudden, about 7:30 here in Brooklyn, it was like, okay, the clouds are coming. Yeah.
Wait about 3 more hours, then you're gonna get some thunderstorms.
That's actually what they say here in the forecast. By about 4 o'clock in the morning, we're hitting rain. So yeah,
it's pretty rough out there.
It's been raining here all damn day.
Well, that's why I'm not going to complain. And he's going to mention a company with no name.
Yeah.
No name. That's nice of him. At least
how'd that stunner feel?
Well, how's it going to feel when you see him here coming up?
It's going to feel great. I'm excited. Right down to my bones. I'm so excited. I'm so excited
I
for
can
it.
see.
Just as much just as excited as I am to meet Jason Storm face to face, that close.
But maybe
I'll be right there next to him.
Well, he's probably talking about that in the Australian press tour he's doing right now. He's probably talking about you and talking about how James Taylor has been a great owner and a great leader and a leader in the movement of All Wrestling Matters, and he's really excited to meet you.
Jason?
Yeah.
I'm going to give him, when I meet him, I'm going to give him one opportunity to explain himself to me in person, live in front of the world, and he'll have less than 2 minutes to do it. And if he doesn't give me a good enough reason not to give him his consequences, then I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, obviously, we'll certainly find out before we get to closing thoughts. And let me also get to...
It'll be a hell of a day that day.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a day, and it's been a hell of a week on Sportswire. Also, let's put this here, family issues. I'm so sorry about your grandmother, and I'm sorry about your aunt. My thoughts and prayers, certainly. And, if anything I can do, please let me know. And I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, broken sternum is definitely not a good thing. And
Ooh, I had a blue sternum before, and that's no fun.
Yeah, definitely. Grandma, not good. I know our friend Andrew Lovelace, his mother passed away recently. So a lot of people are going through things. Chase Wakefield's going through the fires out there. And Fozzie was definitely adorable. And that's why Sean Jovi left, because he's got cat duties there. But obviously, James knows the feeling. So let's get to closing thoughts here, unless you gentlemen have anything else to say. So, maybe we'll let the Underground OG go first. I'm going to give you the floor, Mr. Cron. Anything else you want to plug, share, say while I put up your YouTube channel?
As you know, I'm in the feud right now with my brother. That's been going on for years, and it's spicing up real good right now. So tune in to ROEW Face Off every Friday.
Hell yeah. Fridays are always
Happy birthday again, boss man. I know we're counting down them days to when you actually make it through the doors.
I appreciate that. Do I need to, whenever I do show up, do I need to have a talking to with Matthew Forsaken myself?
I think I might take care of him by then. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if you need to, just send him to my office. Whenever I'll have my desk set up there and everything.
Oh yeah, that's nice of you. That's nice of you to put a desk there. Obviously you're gonna have that. You're gonna have like what they used to have in WWE, where you'll have like the desk, and then you'll have like this door that they just put in the door. You just go through it, and the wrestlers can go
like
in.
like the APA. Yeah, if anybody goes around, they're like, you didn't knock. They got to knock before they.
You got to knock on the door.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I thought.
Or you know what, me and James going to be going cross country is the new APA.
You know what? I could certainly see that. And yeah, FCW, great. I'm looking forward to that. No problem, my man. I'll enjoy your stuff on YouTube. The thing is, I don't care if I win or lose as long as I make you realize I'm not a joke. I'm not an afterthought. I'm just as good as you are. And you know what? Dalton Skull's here tonight, and he is going to show you, James Taylor, that he's the PWF Uprising champion for a reason.
Sorry, boss man. I kind of respect that comment.
He's also...
No, I don't respect.
I would like to hear more stuff like this from the younger guys.
Dalton, Dalton is always welcome on Sportswire. He and I speak all the time, but he's more of one that does his talking in the ring. He is someone that does his talking in the ring.
Do you know why that comment?
Opposite what you were saying about Shelby.
Do you know why that comment kind of upsets me though?
Why?
I'll tell you why. Let me explain it.
It's good.
Right there is telling me that this kid is on defense mode, and I don't want him on defense mode. I don't want any opponent that I'm ever going to face to be on defense mode. I want them to want to whip my ass as much as I want to whip theirs, because that means that they're going to be the absolute best that they are. If they're going to be on defense the whole night, then it's just going to be a cakewalk, and I don't want that. I want somebody to bring their best to me. Bring me that A game, because that's right there. That is how you steal the show. If both competitors are wanting to kill each other, not one guy trying to hold back, then you see what I'm saying? I respect it, but I don't respect it.
Yeah, and he's been in there for 10 years. I mean, Dalton's been here a long time.
That's right. I mean, I'm not going to take away his in-ring ability. Dalton Skull is a force to be reckoned with. I will give credit what credit is due. I've seen what he's done. I know he's put in the work. He loves this, but
he does.
When it comes
and
to
he's went through a lot, by the way. You know what he went through to come back. I mean, I know
exactly what he went through, and I respect his ability. But
you got to bring the fire.
I want that fire. I want that passion. Yeah. He doesn't need. I can get it. I get it. You know, maybe he's starstruck because whenever I showed up and I got right in his face, he was standing in the ring. He was looking like he was pissing his pants. Because I get that, you know, I get the fact.
You've been in here on the
platform. I could be an intimidating figure at times, not all the time, but to certain guys. And
Anthony,
I've actually seen people shake in the ring. I've seen them. I've seen it happen.
No, Dalton's not one of them. Dalton is really going to show you that he's going to go mano a mano with you. Dalton's not Jason. Sure They're very different. Dalton is going to do the talking in the ring. There's a famous Aerosmith song. Let the music do the talking. He's going to let the wrestling do the talking at Speed Limit 6 with you. That's what he's basically saying. And almost
he's going to lose that championship.
Well, he's going to tell us some form or another why he's going to keep it. And if he'd like to come on Sportswire, Dalton is always welcome, because Dalton is one of the...
everything comes to an end.
Well, that's true too, but Dalton definitely is always welcomed on here. He's always welcome, but he's more of he takes the humble path. He is definitely a humble champion compared to Jason Storm, who's obviously, a very well-known champion that's obviously doing this big press tour as we speak in the land down under. A couple of weeks ago it was in Japan, and now he's in Australia. And I know
he was in Panda Express.
Panda Express, they have good food.
He wasn't in Japan.
They have good food. If you're in the food court in the mall, I mean, it's certainly a good place. I mean, I haven't been to the mall in a while. I should go to the mall. But, yeah, a screen can say so much. And he has stood toe-to-toe with Anthony Steele. And he did. He did. And Anthony's here tomorrow. And God help us. Please say a prayer for us tomorrow. He's only talking IMF tomorrow, though. Let's just put it that way. We love Anthony. We do, but we'll say a prayer.
He's going to probably call me out all day.
We want more celebrities to come on here. We have a woman, Lorraine Lewis, who, let's just say, for those that aren't married on here, you'll definitely want to check her out. Let's just say that. It'll be like a Howard Stern episode on Sportswire, PG. Next week, Lorraine Lewis. She was in a band called Femme Fatale, and now let's just say she's doing OnlyFans. She's doing OnlyFans. Yeah, some people, maybe that's what the guy that we can't say his name anymore. All you have to do is look her up on OnlyFans.
Are you one of those fans, Tom?
No, we're a family station on Sportswire. We have responsibility.
No. I mean, it's no big deal.
No, actually, it's a serious interview. I'm going to ask her about it, but no, I'm not subscribed to her OnlyFans page. We're professionals.
Her bank account might be bigger than yours.
No,
hey, some OnlyFans stuff is not what you think it is.
No, mine is bigger than hers. Trust me on that. I can show mine on the screen. It's bigger than hers. But let's move on here. Enough about my bank account. Enough about Lorraine Lewis. You'll see her next week, and you'll say, "Wow." You'll see it then. I had my head ripped off by the Prophet Jay Wilde and ate that, and he did. But
you ever had it kicked off?
Well, that's a good point. Matthew Forsaken found that out today. But, James, I'm going to pass the baton to you because we have certainly heard enough. But I know you're going to save some of that for tomorrow when your name gets brought up. And the link will be given to you and probably both of you men if you're not busy. But anything else you'd like to plug, share, or say, James, before we let you celebrate what's left of your birthday Central Standard Time?
Well, it was around this time, 41 years ago. 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know the exact number. It was 11 something. That James Taylor came out into this world.
Oh, wow.
9 pounds, 8 ounces. I was a fat little shit.
Wow, you were big.
I came out of the womb just as well as CM Punk said, only I wasn't choking. You see, unlike him, I didn't have to choke. I came out breathing just fine. But I wasn't born with a golden or a silver spoon in my mouth. I was born with a plastic spoon in mine.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I like the plastic spoons with my meals sometimes when they give it to me to go.
I still use plastic spoons. That I have.
So do I. Yeah.
I don't like doing dishes.
Well, I'm never home
every
really.
Single thing that I have, and I've worked my ass off to get where I'm at today.
Yes, sir.
And so people can say whatever they want to say. They have their opinions. If you got a lot of people talking shit on you, you're doing something right. So, yeah. But regardless, the positive note, I've made it 41 years, and I got another 41 to go, at least. So
yeah, you could go longer than I knew a guy that was 105 in my neighborhood. He was like,
there you go.
He was chopping wood.
50 years. Let's go, James.
He got 105, and
I'll be 80. I'll be 82, and I'll still go out in that ring if I got to.
Flair is trying to go out there still. If Flair could, he would still do it.
Oh yeah.
As long as I can keep my body in shape, I'm gonna do it.
Why not?
Check out, guys. If you haven't, Tom, I don't know if you're still subscribed or not, but to Taffy's Lounge.
I was gonna put it up right now. Of course, I'm subscribed. I gave you 3 subs. Your old PWF.
No, it's great to put on when you're laying down and about to go to bed.
Oh, there you go. I appreciate
some people
that.
on this platform might want to think about Lorraine Lewis, but instead we'll put up your. I'll show you what she looks like.
I just think about sleep more than that. Come
on. Well, I will show her page in a minute, but this is Taffy's Lounge. Give him a sub on YouTube. He's closing in on 1,650 subscribers. He has smooth jazz. He's got some light tunes. He's got a bunch of different things, lo-fi beats.
Everything is 100% licensed and owned by me. I've made everything that you see I create. Now I am in collaboration with the music with a YouTube channel called Humming Bear Music, and it's in the description of every single one of the videos recently. Humming Bear Music has over 6,000 subscribers, and they are working with Taffy's Lounge. So I'm proud of having that collaboration. I'm in the talks of talking with another one that has 30,000 subscribers, and they make their music, and they're thinking about working with me.
Wow.
So that is something interesting. I know it's completely out of the realm of wrestling and what we talk with Sportswire and all that stuff, but
no, I mean, we put music on. No, listen. We are doing music
on this channel now. It's
growing. My goodness, we've had music is definitely a part of it. We had King's X, Zebra, Great White. I mean,
the banner and the mascot for the avatar for Taffy's Lounge. My wife created that, Mrs. Taylor.
Oh, shout out! Your wife liked one of my one of my videos on TikTok, by the way, which I really appreciate.
There you go. Yeah, so you see, but thank y'all for that. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. If you want something to chill to, or just like do some studying or lay down or whatever, I promise you,
my house is great background music.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Absolutely.
So, but there's that, and then of course, there's the TikTok and the YouTube and whatnot of my other channels. So, just stay tuned to the future. Like I told you, I've been telling you all year so far, and here we are, April 25th. That 2025 is going to be a really good year.
I think
here
it
in
is.
the underground world and the underground scene, and not just with James Taylor, but a lot of, especially ROEW though. ROEW for sure. Keep your eyes on the product.
And then just so for your treat, this is who will be coming on next week, or should be next week.
Well,
That's
congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, now I know people are going to be like, "Yeah, I'm tuning into this episode," but yeah, that's Lorraine. Yeah, we're not going to be talking about all of this here on Sportswire, but yes, that is Lorraine Lewis. But we appreciate.
Nice.
Yeah, I figured some people are going to be like, "Yeah, I'm tuning into that episode." Yeah, but that's
that'll be more eyes on the product. There you go.
Yeah, it'll be that. But thank you, everybody here. And one more time before we go, it is James Taylor's birthday. We gave him this, and he is definitely in our Hall of Fame for leadership in the All Wrestling Matters movement. And I will give this to him when we're off the air. Please subscribe to his YouTube channels, Taft Taylor, also ROBW. Give a sub to Mr. Darkron's page. Also, check out BYCW, Sean Jovi. We're very gracious to be joined by Sean Jovi for a little while, and Fozzy. And we want to thank, obviously, Jason Storm, Cash Carter, and Alex Cross for giving us their regards and talking about the fact that they would have been here, but they are right now doing the big Australian presser here. We thank them for that, for their support. And we also want to say hello to everybody that tuned in here tonight. And I'm sure we will do this again tomorrow around the same time, same bat channel with Anthony Steele. Yes, that Anthony Steele. So hopefully people will have some plans, or maybe not. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And this was our birthday celebration of James Taylor, the legendary James Taylor, the owner of ROEW. And of course, he is the man behind the Nemesis Sessions and 130,000 plus followers on social media. And his right-hand man, the Underground OG, the host of the Dark Chronicles, the heart and soul of the Underground and the All Wrestling Matters movement, the one and only Darkron. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, where All Wrestling Matters. And we'll be here tomorrow on the same time, about 10 o'clock, with Anthony Steele. You will not want to miss that. And we'll be talking a lot about Rage in the Cage. We'll be talking about Darkron tomorrow. We're talking IMF only tomorrow with Anthony Steele. I can assure you, only IMF. But thank you, everybody. Give a sub to all these companies. And we'll see everybody. Hit the sub button for us. If you'd like to see a special Omen Black 1,500 subscriber show where Omen hosts, and these guys will host the next day. So it'll all work out. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one global radio station, that is Sportswire Radio, where all music matters and all wrestling matters. Lorraine Lewis was a part of a band called Femme Fatale. They were big on, if you liked Headbangers Ball, they had a couple of minor songs, and she's now put a band back together, and let's just say she's an attractive figure that would like to do things that she'll talk about on the air, and keep the mask on and stick to the music, Zilla. But that's what we'll talk about, because we're a family station, but some people will get different ideas, but we're going to only stick to the music because we're not like other people. But that is who Lorraine Lewis is. She's actually a very accomplished musician. She's got a band with some really big names, and we'll talk about that. But until then, Zilla, tune in for Anthony Steele. We know how a big fan you are of him. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one global radio station, that is Sportswire Radio, where all music matters and all